Okay, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing more of a stretching yoga practice, approximately 10-15 minutes long. So the props that you're going to need today are, I would suggest, is have a couple of blocks, maybe have a yoga strap or maybe a towel or something that you can grab a hold of if you can't reach a foot, or you just need a little extra support. I might suggest a couple of blankets nearby, and a pillow or a bolster. And so let's get started first in downward dog. So I find that the nicest and easiest downward dog is on blocks. So make sure that if you've got your blocks, you're going to do a downward dog on your blocks, that your blocks are shoulder width apart. Your hands are on the blocks. You've got your the heel of your hand kind of over the top there, so that you provide a little bit of a stop for yourself. As you come up, measure your downward dog with a plank and then press back and lift your hips up into the air, like you're trying to reach your hips up to the top wall where the corner and the wall meet at the ceiling. So lifting the legs or the hips up, straight legs, and then you press down into your arms, down and forward, so that you lift your or you reach your shoulders down to the hands, and you stretch the rib cage away from the shoulders. So take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Relax the neck. Just let the head hang here. And then we'll bring the knees down. And then just take a moment to rest, and we'll stretch into child's pose. So you can do child's pose one of two ways. You can take your knees apart and your chest through your legs. I like to keep my knees together so that I'm supporting my low back and I'm not arching into my low back as I'm in child's pose. You can take your arms forward and keep the arms active, reaching them forward. Or if you need something a little bit more relaxing, you take your arms behind with the palms facing up, and then you rest your forehead on the floor. Okay, let's come all the way up. And then let's take next a little bit of a heart opener, so that we can stretch across the chest with all that we do sitting every day, and that we have so much forward, kind of a forward bending or forward shoulder. Let's do everything that we can do to open up in this next pose. So I'm going to take my bolster, or you can take a pillow and maybe even take a blanket, fold it. I'm going to fold my blanket in half and put my bolster on top, just for a little bit more height. And then I'm going to take my block behind. I'm going to take I'm going to lay over my bolster so that the back of my heart is at the apex of this bolster. And then you rest your head on the block. You straighten your legs if that's okay for your back. And then for the moment, we're going to take our arms up and over, palms facing each other, and you reach through the shoulders, out through the elbows, through the fingertips. So this is a bit of an active pose. You'll find that even though we've got gravity here that helps us keep the arms elevated over our head and bringing them back towards the floor, it is actually, it can be kind of a vigorous thing to hold for a bit, but it's good for strengthening the shoulders. We don't have very many opportunities in our regular daily life to strengthen the shoulders, and mine tend to be pretty tight, and after many years of not usually using them much, they are also very weak. So, these are things that we can do to help strengthen. And then for the moment, I'm going to take my arms wide, and then depending on your flexibility, maybe your arms touch the floor. I'm going to just bring my arms out to the side so that the backs of my palms are resting on the floor. And now I feel a stretch all across my pectorals in the front of my chest. Just close your eyes for a moment and take some deep breaths. And let's bend one knee, put the foot on the floor, bend the other knee, put the foot on the floor, and then we're going to roll to one side and press with the hands and come up to sitting. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a seat. So I'm going to build up the floor a little bit, so meaning that I'm going to sit on a folded blanket. So I'm going to take that blanket and I'm going to sit on the corner of that blanket. And so I'm going to do a little bit of a leg stretch now. We're going to take the left foot forward, left leg forward, right leg is going to come to, you're going to bend the knee and put the foot near the inside of the left leg. You're going to take your strap and or a towel or a t-shirt or something that you've got where you can take it around the foot, and then I'm going to lift the spine nice and long. And then if you can, if it's not too much on the leg or your low back, I'm going to fold forward at the waist. And again, I'm just going to take a hold of the strap. I'm not yanking myself forward. I'm just letting gravity take my torso towards the leg. And while I do this, I'm relaxing the hips. I'm taking deep breaths in and out through the nose. I'm imagining that there is a release in the left hip crease, and I'm releasing back and into the pelvis. You may notice that there is a lot of tension that we hold there, don't even realize. And that may take you a little bit further into your pose.
Just continue to breathe deeply in and out through the nose. And then we're going to roll all the way up. And we're going to change sides. So right leg forward. Left leg now comes to the inner thigh of that right leg. I may need to adjust myself on this blanket. Take the strap around the right foot. First, I'm going to lengthen the spine, nice and tall. And then I'm going to fold forward at the waist. So one side may feel a little tighter than the other. That's okay, and that's pretty normal. You're going to relax and release any tension you have in the hips. You're going to relax your shoulders and your neck, your jaw. And then come to that hip crease on the right leg. And can you imagine relaxing and releasing back into the body? And you might find a little relaxation there, and it just brings you just a little bit further into the pose. And again, I'm not pulling myself down. I'm just letting gravity take me. Breathing in and out through the nose. Ideally, you will hold, if you've got the time, you hold for a couple minutes, but for now we're going to roll on up. And since we're here, we're going to take both feet forward and take the strap around both feet and then sit up nice and tall, long spine, long neck. Shoulders are back and down. Flexing the feet. Okay, and then we're going to come out of that. I see that we are getting close to time. So what I'm going to do is, next pose is open the legs wide into, I call this second position in ballet. So we're going to take the legs wide. And again, if this is too much, you can always sit up on a couple of blankets. In fact, why don't I sit up on a couple of blankets here that I've folded over. And you could always take a pillow, put it right here between the legs, and you could even build that pillow up if you want, and pull it right into your stomach, maybe fold it over, and then you can lean forward and kind of create this little pillow for yourself to lay forward on. Take your forehead to the pillow. And you're going to hold this for a couple of minutes. And for now, we're going to come up, put this aside, staying on your height that you've built up for yourself. You're going to take the feet together, keep the knees wide, and then you can support yourself if you like by bringing your hands behind your back and keeping your spine nice and long. Knees are wide. So breathing in and out through the nose. Okay, and then we're going to take the knees together. Let's come to folding the left leg over the right. Here we're going to take a gentle twist over to the left. And then unwind. Let's take the crossing of the legs the opposite way, and we're going to then turn to the right. Spine is nice and tall. And then unwind. Okay, and we are done with our almost 15 minutes here, and I might suggest in ending this particular practice, I might take my legs up the wall, or take a chair and place your legs on the chair and your back is on the floor, just for a nice, relaxing finishing off with just focusing on your breath and taking long inhales and exhales through the nose. Okay, thanks so much. I'll see you next time.